this is Krishna Gadha. How are you all? Hi, the reason I'm here is because today is Teacher's Day. And do you know? Today I'm going to talk to you, our dear AKP sir, and going to find out a lot of things about Teacher's Day. Let me meet Pai sir and find out more about Teacher's Day. Hi Pai sir, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Krishna Gadha?
I'm good too, sir.
Wow, that's very nice. Very nice.
Hi dear Pai sir, it's a pleasure to have you here, and it's with great pride that I'm sitting in front of you.
Okay.
I would like to ask few questions on this Teacher's Day. May I take your time?
Definitely, it'll be a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. This is my first question. It's Dr. S. Radhakrishnan's birthday, which we celebrate as the Teacher's Day. Why do we celebrate Dr. S. Radhakrishnan's birthday as our Teacher's Day?
Well, as we all know, September 5th is Dr. S. Radhakrishnan's birthday. Dr. S. Radhakrishnan was the first Vice President of India and also the President of India, the second President of India. He was a teacher basically, and he had lot of students. And there is an interesting story behind it. The story is this. When Dr. S. Radhakrishnan became the President of India in the year 1962, if my memory is right, it's in 1962, many of his students visited him and wanted to understand whether he is interested in making his birthday, September 5th, a very special day. But Dr. S. Radhakrishnan told that, no, I don't want my birthday to be celebrated as something. Rather, it would be good if at all September 5th could be celebrated in honor of the teachers in the entire country. And that's how Teacher's Day started. The story behind the Teacher's Day. Hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
That's nice, sir. As a teacher, what is the moment that you have been proud the most?
Well, as a teacher, there are many moments that I have been very proud of. And right now, if you ask me what is the most proudest moment, I find the sweet little, lovely, charming, young, 4th standard girl, Krishna Gadha, speaking to me. And that's a very big proud moment, because when you were talking to me in my class in a very special accent, I really loved it. I posted that on Facebook 2-3 days back, and today, right now, look what has happened, how the world has changed for you. You are right now in front of a camera, that too without any retakes. So that's the greatest pleasure at this moment for me. I find you happy, smiling, lovely little Krishna Gadha. That's my special moment right now.
Thank you, sir. Sir, my third question is, why did you choose this profession? Are you satisfied with this profession?
Well, I'm very accidental to this profession, honestly speaking, because I did not have an ambition of what I should become in my life. It's my circumstances that made me a teacher, okay? But I'm 100% sure that I'm a professional right now. The second point I want to say is, I am not a teacher to you. Am I a teacher? I think I'm more like a friend to you. Is that right, Krishna Gadha?
Right, sir.
Yeah, so I always don't consider myself as a teacher, first of all. I always believe that, there should be a friendship bond with children, and that's what I always love to have. And if you ask me if I'm satisfied with this profession, talking to friends is a great pleasure. Talking to friends is a great pleasure, and so is interacting and understanding each of you. So I'm perfectly satisfied. I'm 100% satisfied in the way what I do. Thank you.
Wow, sir, that's very great one.
Yep.
Now, this is my fourth question. Do you think teachers should teach by showing anger to students or just giving love?
Well, I always believe that, teachers should always definitely give love. Okay, and love and care is something that, improves a child in variety of factors, I would say. And there should be love, there should be care. And at times, I would say that a teacher can also be angry. In my opinion, that is perfectly my opinion. The reason why I say is because right now it's the time of online classes and sessions. Imagine children just sleep at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. They wake up late. You call them a couple of times, okay, they don't respond. Sometime you have to call and say, hey, why are you late to the class? Yes, but that doesn't mean that you have to get angry to everybody. No, but a little bit of anger is good at times. So is love. Love and care should be given unconditionally to all students. At the same time, a bit of anger, not in regular intervals, but once in a while is okay. That's what I believe. Because a perfect blend of both will shape a student or a child into a good citizen of tomorrow.
Well, sir, my fifth question is this. How do you think the online classes and the current scenario against traditional learning?
Well, online classes has its benefits, so it has its disadvantages. Traditional classes were much better competitively as compared to online classes, but sometimes when it comes to a lot of flexibility, and in the current case scenario like what you're talking about, the corona crisis, and amidst all those things, I believe online classes are the only hope right now. But interacting freely is a better option. Both of these, online classes as well as the traditional classes, has its own pros and cons. I think it will be a too big thing to comment on. But nice question though, Krishna Gadha. I like that question. Thank you.
Sir, this is my sixth question. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam wanted to be known as a teacher rather than a scientist or president. What are your thoughts on this?
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is one of the finest, greatest personalities that India has ever seen. He is called the Missile Man of India. He is known as an aeroscience scientist. And more than that, he was the President of India and he was called the People's President. Okay? And I just want to say that despite of all these big qualifications and his very big resume that he carried with him throughout his life, along with his knowledge, I wanted to say that he wanted to be known as a teacher. When he became a president, he told, I would love to be known as a teacher rather than a president. Despite of he being a president, that was his thought. Those were very noble thoughts. And I wanted to say he is a great individual who I value, and most of us and everybody in India value. Great thing. He is definitely one of the best teachers because he used to go in different parts of India. He used to travel far and wide. He used to talk to children like you, even elder children than of your age. He used to speak to college students, and the way he spoke, the way he inspired everybody still is something that we look. His videos are looked at even now by students, not only by students but also elders, not only by elders in India but people across the globe. So he is somebody who you respect, I respect, and all of we respect. Salutes to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Now, here comes my seventh question. Dear sir, imagine you are a child asking question to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. What will be the question you will ask?
Well, there are plenty of questions that I would love to ask him because he is somebody who was a walking encyclopedia, a real-time inspiration to many in India. I don't know what are the questions that I would ask, honestly, because there are many, honestly speaking. But I would definitely ask him one thing. If given an opportunity, if he was alive, there are different names in India that are mispronounced or misused for a variety of reasons. I would ask, would you take a moment to go ahead and speak to everybody in this country to ensure that people's names, personality names, place names are properly pronounced, which sometimes, I understand that are mispronounced in many states of India.
Okay sir, wow, that's very nice one. And this is my eighth question. What is a role of a teacher in a person's life?
Well, a role of a teacher is something that you can't just say in few words. A teacher is always a friend to children. A teacher loves to understand the strengths and weakness of a child. A teacher's responsibility is primarily to understand what is the exact strength of a child and then grooming the child in such a way that a child remains a champion and is ready to tackle any sort of circumstances in life. It's beyond the learning that you see in books. Learning in books is important, but beyond that, there is a lot of meaning for a teacher's role in everybody's life. If you have a good teacher, if you have a good friend in teacher, definitely you are going to prosper, you're going to excel, and definitely not only about you, anybody who loves a teacher and respects a teacher and finds a friend in a teacher will be able to change his life in a way that you can't even imagine in just words, or you can just stop in words.
Wow, sir, it's very nice. Sir, my next question. Do you think it's only the curriculum learning that a teacher should focus on?
Well, in curriculum, there are a lot of defined things what a teacher should focus on. But as I told you earlier, learning is always beyond curriculum. Curriculum learning is essential. It is a defined things. There are a lot of defined things that you find in a curriculum. But always, if you ask me, it's beyond the curriculum that a teacher should intervene. And most importantly, I would like to say this, that teachers should intervene in character building of a student. A teacher should intervene in very quality things like time management, other essential things like maintaining punctuality, maintaining a disciplined lifestyle. There are many things that is not defined in curriculum, which also a teacher should intervene and help a child to navigate.
Wow, sir, it's very wonderful.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
This is my 10th question. Can you tell a little bit about International Teachers Day?
Well, International Teachers Day happens on October 5th, and it is one of the most important celebrations of teachers celebrated internationally. It's a global event, and if my memory is right, it started celebrating in the year 1994, and there is a bit of history also aligned with International Teachers Day. I mean, some history back. Dating back to 1966. Sometime, there were some recommendations done pertaining to certain status that should be given to teachers, and that's what the whole idea was about. And in order to commemorate the events that happened in the year 1966, from 1994, UNESCO started celebrating International Teachers Day on a global platform. It gives a lot of opportunities for teachers to showcase their talents, as well as many of the students give gratitude and respect on this particular day on international platforms.
Wow, sir, it's very great. And this is my last question. Who is the best teacher according to you?
Wow, that's a tricky question to ask. Well, I would say my mother is my best teacher. It's my mother who is my best teacher, because I believe in everybody's life, it will be mother who will be best teacher. We have a saying like Mata Pita Guru Dev. So on those lines, if you ask, it's the mother who is the best teacher if you ask me. Secondly, if you ask me, there are many teachers who I can think of who have helped me in different ways. I personally don't expect much from teachers in the line of teaching. I always get inspired by teachers when they help other children in a way they can help, which nobody else can help. When I say that, I remember a few names. When I was studying, when I completed my degree I stopped my learning. So after 1 year, I did stop. I didn't go for my post-graduation, and I never went to college even for the degree. That's at that point of time. There was a teacher. Her name was Dr. Jaseen. She used to dial me from Trivandrum and say, "Hey, why don't you do your post-graduation? It'll be great." So it's because of her that I started learning post-graduation. Learning a degree or post-graduation never mattered to me, but the love and care she gave, that's the thing that made me learn post-graduation. Similarly, when I was a kid, not a kid, when I was like in my teenage, I had a sir by the name Kumar sir. He is currently the HM and TDHS Peru, and he's going to retire next week. Not next week, next year in 2022. So he is a person who has inspired me with a lot of things. There's another sir, his name is Kamad sir. He was also associated with TD school. He's a nice person. Then there is another teacher who works with me. He's a lovely person. His name is Madhu sir. He's also a counterpart. We work together. There's a lot of variety of teachers. There are a lot of teachers. When I was in +2, there was a teacher called Shobha teacher. What a wonderful teacher she was. She used to take class only for 10 or 15 minutes. But the 15 minutes that she taught remained in my brain at the time of learning, even without cross-checking the books. So a lot of teachers that I can think about, but obviously I would consider my mother as the best teacher in my life.
First, I really like this answer. That's all, my dear AKP sir. It's actually great pleasure that I was able to interact with you, and with a lot of signing off. Happy Teachers Day, sir, and thank you.
Thank you so very much, Krishna Gadha, and God bless you. Thank you, dear. You are lovely. Thank you.
എൻ്റെ ഈ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ എന്ന ആഗ്രഹം നടത്തി തന്ന ചേർത്തല ലൈവ് ന്യൂസിനും എൻ്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട AKP സാറിനും നന്ദി.